on the eve of a new box. I don't normally make a video like this, but I thought it's all come in. It's here. It's now. Let's do it. Moth deck profile, because we love moths on this channel and we love bugs. Check out the mat. You know, don't worry. Right at the end, we will be doing a fit check, because of course that's what we do on this channel. Fit checks. So 3 perfectly ultimate Great Moths. 1 in over rare, 2 in ultra rare. I did buy it. This is pretty much like your end goal fusion monster. You're not really going to go out your own way for it, but 3500 attack is nice as like a defensive wall. There's not too much that'll beat over it, you know, without effects and all that. So it's pretty okay. Otherwise, you're going to be sitting on stuff like Great Moth Alternative, which is really good. They share similar requirements. So Perfect Ultimate Great Moth made with Great Moth and Cocoon Revolution. You can use Great Moth Alternative to make Perfect Ultimate Great Moth if you wanted to. Great Moth Alternative is pretty easy to summon, so you know, you can make 2 of them. You can put 1 of them as a Perfect Ultimate Great Moth if you wanted to. So Great Moth Alternative, you fuse that with a level 5 or higher insect monster, Earth insect monster, and Cocoon Revolution, which is pretty straightforward. I mean, the deck is so easy to fuse with, it's crazy. So his name becomes Great Moth while it's in the graveyard, which is great because you can fuse from the graveyard, which is just terrific. So his name becomes Great Moth as well, continuous effect, even when it's like on the field. Can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, and your level 8 monsters inflict piercing battle damage. Well, guess what? He's level 8, so yeah, nice big bits of attack there. But of course, the little facilitator of it all is this little dude, Pupating Lava Moth, who is just like, he's even easier to summon. Even easier. It's crazy how easy this deck's Confusion Summon. So just Petite Moth and level 5 love insect monster. You could do that on your first turn. You could do it in your sleep. He's a contact fusion as well, which is just terrific, and it's a simple effect. Send top card deck to the graveyard. His name becomes Cocoon Revolution till the end of the turn. Then you can summon a fusion summon an Earth insect monster by sending monster from your hand or field, including him to the graveyard. So because he's Cocoon Revolution, you open up options then. You can either do a level 5 or higher to then do Great Moth Alternative, or you can do Great Moth and do Perfect Ultimate Great Moth. It's really good to see a Great Moth in the graveyard straight away, because what you can do with that, then you can facilitate more fusion summons with that. So it's really, really good deck. And then to Delirium Lava. She is like 2 level 6 lower insect monsters, effect monsters, so you can't do Petite Moth as a thing, but that's okay. She gives everything face up insect on your field, 800 attack, and then during your turn, spell trap cards in your field can't return to the hand, deck, or extra deck. It's just okay. I don't really ever make her, to be honest. Like, I'll make her if I fancy extending just a little bit more, if I got like a Nephrite insect whistle. Otherwise, she's just there for flavour. You know, she's just there as an extra option. Is she worth keeping in the deck? Probably not. As time goes by, this deck will get more options. She will likely be pushed out because she's just an extra 2 spaces really in the deck. I have fully upgraded the deck though. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I'm so glad that I bought it. Oh yeah, and the fit check as well for the extra deck. Plain green. I do want to get something better for that. Alright, and on the main deck, 3 Petite Moth. You can't avoid it. It's a null monster. You just can't avoid him really. You need him. Even if like you had 3 Petite Moth Revolution, you still need Petite Moth anyway. He will recover a Petite Moth from the graveyard for you. And if you're lucky, he will, because his effect requirement is the send top card of your deck to the graveyard. If you're lucky, he will send to the graveyard something really good like a Great Moth or even another Petite Moth. 3 Cocoon of Evolution. Again, you can't really get away from Cocoon of Evolution, same as Petite Moth. So, simple effect. You just fusion summon a level 8 to lower its effect monster by sending cards from your hand or field, including this card, to the graveyard as material. So you do have to summon him, but it doesn't really matter actually. But it's pretty good. It's okay. It's good. You have to have it. This one is the interesting one. 3 Pulsating Cocoon of Evolution. So I've seen people run 2. I've seen people run 3. I think 3 is fine. I don't think 3 is cloggy at the minute. Like, every time I've seen it, it's always come up eventually. So you just send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. His name becomes Cocoon of Evolution for the rest of the turn. Then you can fusion summon Perfect Ultimate Great Moth by shuffling materials from your field and graveyard, including this card, into your deck. Well, that's your field bit covered. If you have a Great Moth in your graveyard, that's covered. Shuffle a Great Moth back into the deck. You then have Great Moth in your deck for other effects. But also, you get Perfect or Great Moth. I'm hoping in the future another card comes out that will also be like sort of name change. Like this card's name is also Perfect Ultimate Great Moth sort of thing. Just because I don't really like the idea of cards railroading you only into one option. I like to see multiple options for each card. 3 Great Moth. Frankly, the monster lineup is unavoidable, like completely unavoidable. So Great Moth is straightforward. Special summon him from your hand by sending 1 Petite Moth to the graveyard. It has to be on your field as well. Fine, it's fine. It's easy to summon. You could do Pinch Hopper with it. I don't use Pinch Hopper, but I have seen other people use Pinch Hopper for it. But it's so easy to summon. I mean, you have 6 Petite Moths anyway in your deck. 3 Swarm Invasive Insects. So if there's an Earth insect monster with 2000 defense in your graveyard, you'll have that. You will have plenty of that. Send 1 other monster from your hand or field to the graveyard. The cost is a little iffy to me, but you gotta think of it. You can send a Petite Moth or a Great Moth to the graveyard with this, so it shakes out. You can choose 1 insect monster with 2000 defense in your graveyard and add to the hand. Then, if you chose double cannon armor with the effect, you can choose 1 spell trap card in your field, on your opponent's field, and destroy it. It's fine. It's passable. I mean, you can recover your cocoons with that. That's pretty much what you're going for. Recover your cocoons, otherwise you can recover Scissor Hercules or double cannon armor. I mean, there's plenty of stuff that you can do with it. It's a passable card. I should imagine that eventually in the future it will get more targets, and I think that's fine. I think it's a card to stay. 2 Scissor Hercules, just because we absolutely love what he does, but what we don't love is the fact that he can be a bit cloggy at times. I tried 3 and I didn't really like 3. So if there's a face-up 8th insect monster in your field, you can normal summon him without a tribute, which is fantastic. During your main phase that it was normal summoned or special summoned, you can execute the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal them, and then if there's, you can choose 1 level 3 or 8 insect monster among them, add to the hand, and then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck. That is okay. That's an okay effect. The only problem is that there's not really that many level 3s or level 8s in the deck. So a lot of the times you will be resolving his effect, you will have a miss. Like, top of my head, I think you have 6 targets total. I'm fairly certain you have only 6 targets total. There's ways that you can increase your targets, you know, Dramoth Caterpillar, Dinos Dorcas is another one. I don't run them. I tried them, I didn't really care for them. I don't run them. Double cannon armor is a necessary evil. I run 2. I've seen people run 3. I've thought about running 1. Problem with 1 is that you don't see it all that often. But same thing again, if there's another face-up Earth insect monster in your field, you can summon it without tribute, which is fine. You can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and then you choose one Earth Insect monster on your field, and it gains 700 attack until the end of the turn. Not the best, but the way I look at it, it's a bit more damage, and it makes Hershey Ultimate Great Moth beat over some monsters that might defeat it. Not necessarily Yugioh. I know that's like probably everyone's first thought of what's a big attack, Yugioh or Cyber Dragon, but some of like the much more recent stuff, like the new Void Velga stuff, you know, with how easy they can summon stuff now, they got stuff with 3500 attack, which is about the same as Hershey Ultimate Great Moth, and they have enough effects to get over it now. Hershey Ultimate Great Moth needs a lot of help in small places. This is one of those things. So, necessary evil. You don't want it, you don't care for it, but it has to be there. 3 Balloon Batia. So, during the turn you haven't special summoned a monster. You send the top 2 cards to the deck to the graveyard, and you can choose one level 6 lower monster among them, special summon it to your field face up. So, you're not going to be summoning Great Moth on it, but you can summon anything else you have in the deck off of this, which is good. I like that. And then 1 card Trooper. This card is never ever dead. You just send the top 3 cards to the deck to the graveyard, which is really good anyway, but then you can send him to the graveyard to then draw a card. He gains attack as well. He gains 500 attack for each card you send to the graveyard, but you don't really need a 1900 attack beater in this deck when the deck's all about big powered bugs anyway. 3 Quixotic Gloves. So you send 1 insect monster from your deck from your field to the graveyard, and then you draw 2 cards, but then you can't attack the rest of the turn, except with insect monsters. I've seen people run Pot instead of Quixotic Glove, because they don't want to be locked into insect monsters. I think that this deck really wants spell cards though, so I did try out Pot for a bit, and I didn't like it. So, but Quixotic Glove is fine. I think if you want to railroad yourself into insect monsters, it's good enough. Otherwise, if you feel like I want to splash more stuff in this, then run Pot. 2 Nephrite Insect Whistles, because it's good, it's okay. So you choose 1 level 2 or lower Earth Insect monster in your graveyard and add to the hand. You have 3 different targets. You have Petite Moth of Evolution, and Storm Basic Insect, which is good, 3 good targets for it. Then you fusion summon 1 level 6 or lower insect monster by sending Earth Insect monster from your hand or field to the graveyard as material. That's fine. The fusion effect is optional. The recovery effect is the thing that you're there for. So even if you can't fuse, you can still use the card and it's still perfectly fine. Magical Plants of the Verdant Forest, only the 1 copy. I've seen people run 3, I don't know why. Yeah, so you choose 1 monster in your field, send it to the graveyard, then you choose 1 level 6 to 8 Earth effect insect monster in your graveyard, special summon to your field face up. That gets you your Great Moths back. Or your Great Moth alternatives back, which in the graveyard is counted as Great Moth. So it's like a nice little sort of fusion recovery sort of card. 1 copy of Jest. Discard, I don't even really need to say it. Discard 3 cards, destroy cards, then you can draw 2 cards if your opponent still has cards. Ghost Cyclone, just the 1 copy because it's limited. So if you control no monsters, but like, you know, if your opponent went first or something like that, then you can destroy a spell or trap card. And then if you have 3 or less monsters in your graveyard, you can draw a card. It's nice. It's a nice card. Pot of Greed, you draw 2 cards off of it. Layer Wire, if your opponent normal summons or like special summons a monster, not special summons, just normal summons a monster. Place 1 insect monster from your graveyard to the bottom of your deck and then destroy it. So you can screw them over a slight bit. I've only run 2. I've seen people run 3. I don't like Layer Wire that much, but there's not really that many trap options. I did have a look at things like Rice Terrace Crisis. I didn't think that was enough though. So Layer Wire is same again, just a necessary evil. I don't think the deck relies on it that much, but it's up to you really. 2-star Salvation Shields because it's fun to force your opponent to only have one monster to attack with. I mean, the odds on you actually seeing a Magical Night Fusion monster is slim to none right now. But if they have an original attack of 3000, you can gain control of it, which is cool. So if someone's running some weird Gaia thing or whatever, then congratulations, I guess. You've done what Weevil couldn't do. And then Storming Mirror Force, because if your opponent's monster declares an attack, force everything in an attack position to the owner's hand. Okay, clog up their hand for the next turn. Also, if you send a fusion monster back to the hand, it goes back to the extra deck, which is fun. And now, sleeve check. I've gone for the Green Rush Duel sleeves. They're nice, and they fit the deck perfectly fine, because green and bugs goes together. Deck box, look at that, isn't that nice? B. But yeah, so that's it. That is the deck. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's wholesome. I think it's big chungus. I think it's sexo. Tell me what you think. How would you change the deck? What would you run?